What's up, Mr. G here, and in this video we're continuing on with our Gmetrix Autocad practice exam number 2. This is questions 11 through 20. So, number 11 says open new floor plan. I'm going to click the folder right up here and open new floor plan. I'm going to go to the rug named view by clicking on this top, custom model views, and going to rug. It says grab the left side of the rug and stretch it to the left 1 unit. So in the picture it looks like they're grabbing the hatch because the hatch is what's extended and they leave these lines. So I'm going to try and duplicate that. Click on the hatch. You should see a grip in the middle. If you're ever trying to stretch something, try and grab it from the midpoint or middle if it's a rectangular shape. So I'm going to click that, move my mouse to the left, and type in 1, enter. What is the new hatch area of the rug? I'll right click and go to properties to bring my properties panel up. And my area looks like 3.97. Okay. Going to empty floor plan on this one. Empty floor plan is here. All right. Go to the chamfer named view. So I'm going top, chamfer. It says modify the hexagon shape using the chamfer and hatch tools to create the image above. Now, I'm not sure that I know how to chamfer this one. So I know where the chamfer tool is. It's right here underneath fillet. I'm going to go to chamfer right here. And I think, can I just chamfer this line and this line? Yeah, okay. I mean, I think you could actually use fillet for that also. Fillet, clicking here to here. I don't really like this question. Because it's not really a true chamfer. It's just ultimately extending these two lines until they touch. Just so you do know though, if you have two lines and you want to chamfer them, here's what chamfer actually is supposed to do. Chamfer, you click distance down here and you can set a couple distances. I'll try 2 and 2, and then I'll click these two lines. Maybe I should have chosen a bigger number there, but what it does is it kind of caps the end corner off at an angle. And the distances that I set are based on this. So from here to the corner would be 2, and then here to the corner would also be 2. So that's what chamfer is supposed to do. I don't know how that's relevant to this question, but it is what it is. So what is the area of the hatch? You're supposed to hatch it. You could also just, since it's a polygon or some kind of polyline, you don't even have to hatch it. That's kind of wasting time on the test. So I would just look at the area right here and go to 2727.9. I'm going to round that 8 up to a 9, and let's see what we get. Incorrect. Well, isn't that great? 2727.99. Well, let's hatch it. Let's see if I'm completely wrong. What's the hatch of this? 2727.98. I'm going to change this to an 8 and not round it. And that's correct. Sorry about that. I guess you only need to round it if you have numbers coming out like that. Okay. I guess I learned something new there. All right. Let's get out of there. Gonna close these. Okay. Opening back up new floor plan. Activate extended lines named view. That's here. It says create a 0.5 radius fillet between the two lines. So it's talking about these lines. This rectangle is the island that we used in the previous set of questions. It wants us to just extend these lines into a fillet, or these two lines rather that I have selected now, into a fillet that kind of crosses in here with a radius of 0.5. So I'm going to go to the fillet tool, which is right here, or you can type it in. Click radius down here at the bottom and type 0.5. And then click on the bottom parts of these lines, or bottom part of this line, and then the right hand side of this line. And it ends up filleting that to where you've got just that little section right there. And I'm going to hatch that. Try that again. H, enter for hatch. I'm going to change this to a solid color, that way I can see it. And click inside, select the hatch, and my area is 0.0098. Don't put 99 because that might give you the wrong answer. Continue. Number 14. We are in new floor plan again. So closing that and reopening. Perimeter named view. It's here. Okay. What is the perimeter of the whole building shown in the image above? So I'm not really sure what they're talking about in this question. I guess it depends what you would consider the whole building. I mean, if they're talking about what is in this view, if I'm looking at this, I'm probably going to draw a rectangle around, I don't know if it's this that it wants the perimeter for or this that it wants the perimeter for. So it's kind of unclear in the drawing if you ask me. Let's go for the whole thing. Okay, so I just made a rectangle around the entire space there. I'm going to right click and go to properties. And the perimeter is found in properties under length. So it just adds up all of these lines and it puts them in length, which is the same as perimeter as far as AutoCAD is concerned. So let's try 54.50. Let's see if we get that. Correct. Okay, so that's what they were talking about in that question. Good. New floor plan again. And hatch pattern. Alright. Toilet's hard to see. Again, I'm going to go to properties here and look at the layer that it's on. It's on the toilets layer. I'm going to go to the toilets layer and edit the color so that it's something that I can actually see. I don't know if that was intended design for by the Quest or by the test makers, but anyways. Create a hatch with the pattern earth on the floor of the bathroom. So it just wants me to hatch this area right here as it's shown on the screen. I guess I didn't need to change the color of the toilet, but here we are. H enter to hatch. And the pattern really doesn't matter when you're trying to find the area, but I mean, if you wanted to change the hatch pattern, you can go right here and go to earth. Just remember that on the actual test though, it's not required that you get the right pattern exactly if you're looking for the hatch or looking for the area of the hatch. I'll go to properties there and the area looks like 1.83. Okay, so it says 1.835, so I'm going to round that up to 1.84. Let's see if we get that right. Correct. We're going to empty floor plan now. I'll close that one behind me. Question 16, what is the default line type of the outside layer? So as we know, there are some layers here already created inside of this drawing file, and it wants to know what the default line type is of the outside layer. In order to find that, I would just go to layer properties, look at the outside layer, which is right here, and look at the default line type, which is right there, continuous. Correct. Empty floor plan again. I didn't change anything, so I'm not going to close and reopen it. What layer is the hexagon at the south end of the floor plan located in? So it wants to know what layer this is on. I select the hexagon, I right click, go to properties, and the layer that it is on is desk. Empty floor plan again. Again, I haven't changed anything, so we'll keep it going. Insert the block desk anywhere in the drawing. Going up here to the block panel, insert desk anywhere in the drawing, so I'll click it out here. Scale the X factor by 0.75. So the X factor and Y factor can be found in properties. I'll scroll down a bit. Scale X right here. It says change that to 0.75, which should change the width of the object because X is the width, so it got shorter that way. And Y, we're going to do 0.85, which should change the height of the object this way. And then it says explode the block. We just type explode while the desk is selected, and it just breaks the desk into different parts, different lines. Then it says what is the distance from the top left to the top right corner of the desk. So it wants to know basically how long this line is. I'll go to utilities, measure, distance, top left is here, top right is here. We've got 107.48. Number 19, going back to new floor plan. Island named view. That's here. It says scale the island to match the image above. Use the bottom left corner of the island as a base point and a scale factor of 0.75. So 0.75 means the island should get smaller, as it is in this picture right here. So let's scale it. Nothing changes with these lines. Okay, so we just select the rectangle here. We use the scale tool. We move our mouse here. It says use the bottom left corner of the island as a base point right there. So that's how we know where to click. And a scale factor of 0.75. Enter. That just made it the island smaller. And then it wants to know the distance between 0.1 and 0.2. So using my measure tool, I'll click here. And then here, I've got 1.52. 1.52. And question number 20, empty floor plan. Activate the dimensions named view. Create a standard linear dimension across the diameter of the circular table. Standard linear dimension can be found under the annotation tab. It should be the top one there unless you've used a different one recently. You just click linear, and as long as you have quadrant object snap on. If you don't have quadrant object snap on, you won't be able to click here. Just type OS enter and turn quadrant on, or click right here and turn quadrant on. So it wants me to create a standard linear dimension across the diameter. You have to know that diameter is the distance all the way across from left to right quadrant. All right. So I've got a fraction there. It says change the precision units to 0.0000. In order to do that, you need to go into your dim style. Dim style, I always get there by typing dim style. Actually, I get there by typing D enter. That's the shortest way to get there. You can also get there by going to the annotate tab here. And then I think it's under dimensions. You can click on this little arrow. That'll get you to dimension style also. But anyway, D enter, easiest way. I'm going to click modify to modify the existing dimension style. I'll get this window that pops up, and I'm going to go to primary units and change the units that it's in from architectural to decimal, because that is a decimal number right there. And I'm going to change the precision to 0. And then I'm looking for 4 decimals to the right. So that changes what that number looks like, and it wants to know what that number is, 87.2455. And that's it for 11 through 20.